is kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. London Boy and I are out for our Saturday morning outing, and I figured that I would film a little weekend in life because I never do that. And while I normally keep the weekends just for us to enjoy hanging out and for me to read books, I figured one weekend I could at least get a couple clips and show you what I get up to on the weekends when I'm not working on my dissertation. So this is a weekend in London. One of the chocolate hazelnut.
That one warm as well?
Yes, please. A cappuccino and an oat matcha, please. And now for a quick message about the sponsor of today's video, which is Squarespace. Squarespace is an online website builder where you can create and edit a website from scratch or using a template with no coding experience necessary. With features which allow you to customize fonts, colors, adding a variety of blocks, images, and videos, you can make your website entirely your own. I've been using Squarespace for 5 years to operate my personal website and my online businesses. And here is a glimpse into how I use Squarespace to showcase my digital brand coaching services and embed links to my videos and courses. With Squarespace, you have access to comprehensive analytics and e-commerce tools, making creating a website and starting your online business seamless. If you're interested in checking out Squarespace for yourself, use my discount code in the description below for a discount on your website subscription or domain. Now let's get back to the vlog. We are now back home from our outing. We were going to go to the butcher over in Barron's Court, but London Boy is feeling a little under the weather. I had the cold first and unfortunately passed it off to him. But I came home to book mail. I wish I could say this is not a regular occurrence, but it is. So this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time because there's a girl in my program who's writing a dissertation on historical Black romance. And she had mentioned this book and specifically this author. And this is Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. Beverly Jenkins is an award-winning African-American writer who specifically writes about historical Black romance. From what I remember, her subject is primarily the 19th century, but this one in particular sounded really interesting. It's about a girl who is formerly enslaved on an indigo farm in the Low Country. And so the Low Country is like South Carolina / Georgia. And she ends up, I believe, on the Underground Railroad and is fleeing from slavery. And she has indigo dyed onto her skin. And it just sounded like a really beautiful book, especially from the way that my colleague had discussed it. And I've been wanting to read more Black romance in general, but because I'm a historian, I thought it would be interesting to start with some historical Black romance. And so this is Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. And I'm currently in the process of deciding what I would like to read today because I finished Times Convert by Deborah Harkness and gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love Deborah Harkness and the All Souls trilogy. And Times Convert follows one of the side characters named Marcus. And it covers his experience becoming a vampire during the American Revolution. He's in France during the French Revolution. And then he's back in Philadelphia during one of the major epidemics in the early 19th century. It was just beautiful. I loved the book, loved the characters. I love Marcus. And I cannot wait for the Black Oracle to come out. I think it's coming out in July. And so the second it comes out, I will be doing a reading marathon. But I have my stack of books here that I was going to show you. So one is Cities of Smoke and Starlight, and this is by Allie Ernest. I think this is independently published, but I'm not entirely certain. The author describes the two characters as being similar to Dimitri and Anastasia from the animated film Anastasia. And it's like steampunk, fantasy, romantasy, sci-fi-ish. I haven't read it yet, but it has been on my TBR and I have it and I'm quite interested. But I also have others that I really want to dig into. The other book that I have on my TBR that I was considering for today is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I really want to get into the Shadowhunter universe with Cassandra Clare. And most people say that in reading order, I should start here. I've had some mixed comments on where I should begin, but this is the beginning of the Mortal Instruments series. I'm assuming I should start here. I am really looking to get into a series that is not SJM. I want to dive into the universe of another author. And so this is one that I've been wanting to start. While it is thick, it does seem like it might be a quick read, so maybe. But then the other one that I got in the mail that I'm really excited about, and it just sounds so interesting, is Lore of the Wilds by Annalee Sabrana. A library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. That just sounds delightful. And it just came out recently and I've been really wanting to read it. And if I'm honest, I'm sitting here and thinking about this stack of books and this is the one I feel the most drawn to. So I think I'm gonna get started here. And this is what I tend to do with my Saturdays. I go ahead, I lock my phone. I use the Opal app in order to block my applications. So that way I don't just sit here doom scrolling on a Saturday. And I just lock myself out of my apps and I just turn on some good jazz music and I read a book and hang out with little Miss Moosif, who's sitting here below the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and dive in to Lore of the Wilds and I will give you a reading update very soon. with Elizabeth, and it is time to do some content processing. So whenever I go do a big photo, video shoot, content shoot, either with friends or with a professional photographer, I try to almost immediately process the footage and turn it into content. I have a couple of outfit videos, but there's also specifically content that we got for my business, for my website. So I'm trying to relaunch my Digital Brand Accelerator, which is my course for how to create a profitable but sustainable online brand. And we got some really good shots for it. So I want to go ahead and process that while I have the excitement and energy behind it, because the rest of this week is really going to be focused on my dissertation. And while I don't do content shoots every week, it's actually quite rare that I do them, I want to take advantage of all of the content that we did get and move it along so that way I can focus on the dissertation and it's not sitting in the back of my mind. I have my cup of tea and it is time to get to work. One quick side note is that I don't always work on Sunday. Sunday is my reset day. It is usually the time that I hang out with friends, but it can also be a very chill day, kind of like yesterday. But today, because Elizabeth is in town, I went out and got some content, and I really like getting content early on in the week so that way I can process it and prepare it for content so that way it can go out during the week and I don't have to think about it and I can focus on my dissertation. So let's get to editing. I genuinely can't think of anything that is as enjoyable as a fresh slice of sourdough bread with jam and butter, other than pairing it with some Earl Grey tea. So I have downloaded all of the footage and I basically have 2 vlogs worth of videos that I need to process and edit. And then I have some of the short form video related content that I need to process on my phone. So all of my Reels content I edit with the application Splice. You can basically use anything, but I started TikTok by editing on iMovie or on Final Cut, but it's just so much easier to do it on my phone. So I'll choose an audio, I'll go ahead and edit it, and then I just need to remember the audio when I go to post it, so that way I can use the original audio. But if you want to learn any of this, then go ahead and check out my Digital Brand Accelerator course. I show my students not only how to create a digital brand and how to grow it, but how specifically to edit and my entire workflow. But because I wanted to show you all a little bit more of my process as a content creator, I figured I would tell you a little bit about it. But I'm just gonna be here editing, and then I need to do my reset. So I'll probably do about 40 more minutes of content work, and then I'm gonna do my weekly reset. 30 minutes, 5 reels. All of them edited, ready to go, and I also made a post for the weekly recap, which also had a very long caption, as you can see. I would love to do these more because every week I do my own reset where I write down my reflection, core memories, favorites, lessons learned, and then I write out my goals for the following week. And I'd really like to share that more. I don't really share that in vlogs because I don't normally film on the weekend. And I don't really think I'm gonna change that. I really love having the weekends just for myself and for my partner, and sometimes I'll get like little bits and pieces of content, but I don't normally film videos because while I absolutely love the creative process of videos, it does take away a little bit from just being able to fully decompress and relax. However, I will say that having the opportunity to go and hang out with Elizabeth today and getting out and shooting content, I freaking love the process of documenting it, and it does make me feel more adventurous. I talked about this in my video about why we vlog and the documentary impulse of YouTube vloggers, and that all stands very true. However, there's also times when I just want to vibe and be in the moment and not have my camera out. But this weekend it's been really fun to share the process. So now I'm actually going to do my own reflection. So that was my content work. I still have YouTube videos I need to edit, but I want to go ahead and go into my Golden Coil planner and I'll show you how it is I set it up. So this is my Golden Coil planner. I use it for absolutely everything and I have it fully customized. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it to my layout. So I do this myself. So the way I have it set up is my weekly reflection here, my core memories here, favorites, lessons learned, and then I have my goals for the week down here. And then on these extra note pages, I have my master to-do list, which I break up by personal, professional, academic, and content. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out and get organized for the week. For a walk? Lucian, you want to go outside? You. Do you? Do you want to go outside? Come with you. All right, friends, it is like 9:30 and normally I would try to get into bed by about 8:30, but today, as I said earlier, I was trying to get as much content edited as I could in advance of the week ahead because I really want to be able to focus on my dissertation this week. And that's essentially what I did. I was just working on editing a YouTube video. I was hoping to get 2 edited, but the one vlog ended up being a bit longer, and so I only got 1 done. But that's okay because I just need to have 1 done a week for my 1 upload a week schedule, and I can edit the other video at some point this week when I feel like I need a little bit of a creative reprieve, but technically I have all the content that I need for the week ahead. I have 5 reels edited, ready to go. I have a YouTube video that I just needed to do the sponsored message tomorrow, but this week is all about the dissertation. So I am going to go ahead and log off of today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, and thank you again so much to Squarespace for sponsoring. If you want to go ahead and check out how it is to create your own personalized website, then check out Squarespace with the link in the description, as well as my discount code for a discount on your subscription or domain. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. And my question of the vlog that I would love for you to answer in the comments is what it is that you try to do with your weekends. I used to be somebody that would work 7 days a week. I just felt like I never took the weekends fully off. It always felt like I was doing content work or I was doing stuff for Accepted, and now I do sometimes do a little bit of content work, but I really try to save the weekends to rest, to spend time with my friends, to spend time with my partner, and to just get to be a little bit creative and to just take my mind off of my dissertation and the rest of the things going on in my day-to-day life. And I would just love to hear what it is that you do with your weekends and how it is that you use your time in order to get rest and to reset. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a little bit different. I don't normally film on the weekend, so please let me know if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate all the feedback from you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead, take a shower, jump into bed, read my book, and head to sleep. Bye, friends.